finally upon us, and there's a new team on the block.
We're building an empire.
In their inaugural home opener, the Albany Empire welcome in the defending world champions, the Philadelphia Soul. The road to Arena Bowl 31 begins tonight on CBS Sports Network. For the first time in nearly 2 decades, the Arena Football League returns to the state capital of New York. We're in Albany tonight, inside the Times Union Center downtown. The two-time defending champions, the Philadelphia Soul, in town against the upstart Albany Empire. The Red Rocket, Dan Ronnebaum, brings his team into town, and it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere. Standing room only here tonight downtown. Brent Stover alongside the Hall of Fame quarterback in the NFL, one of the greats ever to play this game, Cedric Bonner. Ari Wolf joins us with his unique take momentarily, but this really has everything you would want for this league on opening night.
It really does. Historically, Albany franchises have been dominant. You've got a Philly franchise at the peak of their dominance in this league, back-to-back titles, tremendous players on the field. I'm excited. These are two pretty much all-star teams ready to take battle tonight.
This is one of the teams. This is one of the cities in the league down through the 3-decade history. And now this city welcomes them back. And as you alluded to, they get the bell cow right out of the gate, the Soul.
Right out of the gate. You want to find out what you have in the locker room? Listen, the team here in 1999 was arguably the best team in the history of this league. Fantastic team. They have those fond memories. They want to bring some of those back. They get to step it up tonight against Philly.
Ari Wolf, no doubt, is one of the ambassadors of the Arena Football League for a long, long time. He was the voice on radio of Philadelphia. Before that, the voice on radio of Albany. He's between the benches down on the field tonight as we check in with Ari.
Thanks a lot, Brett. It's incredible, guys. It feels like the 1999 Arena Bowl. It's packed outside. It's going to be sold out inside. The love of arena football in this capital region is unlike any other place. I've been in the Arena Football League, and I'm 2 decades deep. I saw Ced play in Arizona. They loved it. There's something about Albany, the smaller market, and their love of this sport. And guys, what I'm going to do all season long is give everyone access that you can't get anywhere else. I'm going to be in both benches. I'm going to be on the field getting play calls. You're going to know what play is coming before it happens. So my job is to give you the inside scoop, and I can't wait for tonight to get going.
Outstanding, and we know from Ari, he's not afraid to get right into the mix, no doubt. With Albany, obviously, this is the history, 1990 to 2000, the Albany Firebirds.
Terrific team, fantastic coaching staffs. Listen, the legacy of the Firebirds, they want to move that on forward with the Empire right now. Start anew tonight. You got the world champions in here. You want to take them out.
It's going to be, if you like sports, I don't care if you're new to this league or not, if you like sports, if you like football, like they do here, buckle up. It's going to be a nice sight. The fans file in from the street party beforehand. It's the Soul and the Empire when we come back.
It's time to eat. It's time to do work. It's time to win against the 2-time defending champs. I'm tired of hearing about that. It's a new era, right? It's a new era. Y'all ready? Yes, sir. It's a new era. Y'all ready? Yes, sir. It's a new day. Y'all ready? Yes, sir. Let's go. Bring it up. Come on. Bring it up. Let's go. Let's get up. Let's go. Let's go. We're reintroducing the team and all.
Here's what he does. He brings it night in, night out. He's excited to bring arena football back to the state capital of New York. As we check in once again with Ari Wolf.
All right, Brent, I'm here with Dan Ronnebaum. Dan, you guys are the 2-time defending champs. You know what it takes to win in this league. What do you like about this particular team in week 1?
You know, it all starts with preparation. You got to practice like a champion if you want to be a champion. Had a really solid camp. Starts with our leader, Clint Dalzell and Phil Bogle. Trickles down to our veterans and our rookies. I'm excited.
All right, we'll check in with you later tonight.
All right, Ari.
All right, thanks, guys.
The Red Rocket has been one of the best in this league over the last decade, and they won the Arena Bowl for the 2nd straight year. Quite a season for Tanner Ronnebaum last year.
Really good numbers, over 3,000 yards, 82 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, but this guy has just continued to grow. And every throw that you could have to make on any level, I don't care what game you're playing, the touch ball, the fastball, he could fit it in, he could make all the throws, and he gets it out of his hand as quick as you'll ever see.
Ready for the opening kickoff. Albany won the toss. They deferred. Philadelphia will go on offense first. It's opening night here in Albany as arena football returns to the capital city. A seam up the middle and out over the 20-yard line. Good field position for Philadelphia to begin. Poppy Livers with a nice return. Philadelphia on offense first. The quarterback who we just heard from is Dan Radabaugh, 9th year in the league out of Miami of Ohio, 7th year with a soul, and as you alluded to, nearly 27,000 career passing yards, 598 career touchdown throws for Radabaugh.
And I think the biggest thing what people fail to realize or sometimes forget is all 9 of those years have been with Clint Dolezel as his coach. So these guys understand exactly what they want. There's nothing like that mesh with a great head coach and a great player. And you've seen it leads to success.
Did you get chills during warm-ups?
I'm getting chills right now. This is electric. Like, this is what I remember Albany feeling like, coming into a beehive, having to try and play games here.
It's a sellout crowd on opening night as Albany returns. Radabaugh to throw on first. Steps up, fires behind his intended target, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Darius Prince, a rookie out of Penn State Beaver.
Tell you what, that's great pressure up front. Cato Bishop and Seether applying heavy pressure, something they did a lot of as teammates in Cleveland last year. These guys know each other. They're very physical up front. This is a pass rush that you'll enjoy watching. We haven't even talked about Joe Sykes on the other side, number 1.
Sean Kalenamoku in motion. Far boards, quick hitter, a couple of yards gained by Darius Prince. I mentioned the rookie, 6'1", 185. Richardson in the backfield, Prince, Kalenamoku, and Reynolds. And up front, it's Wayne Tribute, Neil Tivis, and PK Manley as the tight end.
Tell you what, they're going to have their hands full, but this team is used to facing heavy pressure. They get the ball out so quick. Dan doesn't hold it a long time. They get the quicks out. Got to use some spy and get your hands up at times.
Prince in motion, this side, rifled, caught, extra yardage. Darius Reynolds, a first down pickup, down near the 10-yard line of the Empire on a gain of 13.
See, the trickery and the showing one coverage jumping in, it's not going to fake Dan Radabaugh. You see the numbers for Money Reynolds. And that's why they call him Money. 84 receptions, over 1,200 yards, 35 TDs. And he runs angry with the football as a wide receiver. You rarely see that, but this guy, extremely physical, if not the most physical wide receiver in this league.
Invites the contact. 7th year out of Iowa State. And a man was in motion. That forward motion, you're allowed to put one wide receiver in high motion. And that time he was just ahead of the line before the snap.
So you're going to get the defense jumping a little bit early. Hard count by Dan. Another way you could stave off a heavy pass rush or a team that likes to get off the ball quick is changing up that snap count. But in a building like this, where it's as loud as it is, they can actually come back and bite you a little bit.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. First and goal from the 6. Radabaugh. Motion man is Reynolds. Toss right, Richardson, nowhere to go. And he's spun down for a loss of 2. Nick Seither was in on the play. Varmasoni as well from the Empire secondary.
I'll tell you what, Seether did a nice job. You see Sykes, Joe Sykes, Seether on that last play. Cato Bishop's out there making big plays. Derek Summers. Timor is probably one of the best jacks in this league. Varmasoni, a solid safety out there. Arthur Hobbs, and it's rounded out by Mario Norman at the field position corner, who is a fantastic DB in this league.
The ball is on the 7. They can get a first down just inside the 1. On the second down, Kalenamoku, the motion man. They left it. Kalenamoku against the boards. Caught for the Philadelphia touchdown. He beat Arthur Arthur Hobbs. And perfect touch on that ball from Dan Rodabaugh.
Feathery touch. This is a beautiful throw right over the top. Running the corner out, a lot of contact, but he fights through and continues to play. Hobbs takes the underneath angle. He undercuts that route. The ball thrown right over the top perfectly. Beautiful throw and catch.
In his 4th season with the Philadelphia Soul, Sean Kalena-Moku already with 239 catches in a Soul uniform and 70 touchdowns, and that is touchdown number 71 right there. Adrian Trevino, the PAT. He's right down the middle. Philadelphia takes it first, and they score on their opening possession as we check in down below with Ari.
Hey guys, it was really interesting to watch the Philadelphia bench. Remember the last time we saw these guys, they were winning their second back-to-back Arena Bowl. Guys, they were playing like it was Arena Bowl right now. They came out here, they wanted to send a message. Dan Rodabaugh in particular really fired up early, showing a lot of emotion. They realize what this crowd's like, and they're trying to take the crowd out of the game. Instead, I got to say, incredible start for the Soul.
A very good start, Ari. We saw some early pressure. They were able to stave it off, but they're not back-to-back champions for no reason. That guy right there is as cool as it gets. And if you can't get to him, you're going to have a long night. As you see, he's able to put the ball in a bunch of different spots. It's fun to watch him play. When he's on top of his game, it's fun to watch this young man execute.
He fires a 7-yard touchdown strike to Kalena-Moku, wrapping up a 5-play, 31-yard drive in 4:35. And now Albany, for the first time, will go on offense here in 2018.
Colin Taylor back on the net.
First time since 2000 that the Arena Football League is here in the city of Albany, and they have done just beyond amazing, doesn't do it justice, over the last couple of months of getting this city fired up and involved, and they have absolutely rolled out the red carpet, and it culminates with this sellout, unbelievable atmosphere here tonight.
It is bonkers in this building. This is what I remember this game looking like. Right here. I mean, this is crazy. They were tailgating before the game.
Insane. First time on offense, short kickoff from Trevino. Colin Taylor gets wrapped up as he crosses the 5 out to the 7-yard line, gets slammed into the boards, and the special teams tackle by Dwayne Hollis. So Philly on defense now for the first time. They are so good at the back end. Everybody back. Tommy Grady, speaking of back, he's back in the AFL, and that's a good thing because he's one of the best we've seen in recent memory.
Look at those numbers. 94 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That pales in comparison to the year he put together in 2012, where he had 142 touchdowns. 142 touchdowns and 5,800 yards.
He had a 12-touchdown game.
That's
during
PlayStation,
that season. Yeah,
PlayStation numbers.
It is indeed. First down from the 7, Tommy Grady from the goal line. Rifles it too tall over the middle, and that's hard to do to the 6'5", 200-pound Greg Carr in his 5th season out of Florida State.
That's that hype. He's all that adrenaline going on. He'll settle in, but listen, he's going to have to fit some throws because James Romaine and Dwayne Hollis, along with Terez Jones, I mean, they've got 3 of the better man-to-man coverage guys in this secondary. Not afraid to challenge. They might be undersized height-wise, but they will get right up in your face and challenge you.
Taylor in motion, pass caught. Colin Taylor, 8th-year man from Indiana. And we check in with Ari.
Hey guys, one of the fascinating things to watch is going to be the chemistry early with Tommy Grady and his receivers. Because unlike Dan Rodabaugh, who's been in a system for years, basically spent his whole career with Clint Dawsell, Tommy Grady was with Rob Keefe, but Rob Keefe was the defensive coordinator when they were in Utah, and said Tommy hasn't been here in Albany for just only a couple of weeks, so we're going to have to watch the chemistry and the timing on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's an absolute great point, Ari. You think about an inch here, inch there, could cost you points or get you points. They've got to just be patient with it. You've got some weapons. They've got to figure out how to best use them.
For the 2nd-year man from Bowie State.
This is a very good job by Tommy Grady reloading and going back to the short side. He wants the ball down the middle of Greg Carr. but sees the help coming. That's a great job of recognition. And what do you got to have time to reload and throw? You have to have time. Give that offensive line some credit.
So Albany on offense, down 7-0, but they march it right down to the Philadelphia 10. They got Carr, Taylor, and McNeil, who've all gotten a touch so far, at least had a ball thrown their way on this opening drive. Grady to throw again. Backpedals, fires, end zone, touchdown, Greg Carr.
Great answer from the Empire. And Tommy Grady just showing his poise and presence in the pocket. Behind Stuke, Prokowski, and Hicks. See him just drift, and he's got such a strong arm. He can still zip it in before the secondary can get there.
312 career catches for Greg Carr and now 90 career touchdowns. Albany is back in the league, and they are back in the end zone.
This is amazing.
Rob Keefe, he's like a little kid down there. 4-play, 43-yard drive in 225. 10-yard touchdown throw. It's tied at 7. He was with Orlando from 14 to 16, and he's down there enjoying his time. You know, Ari, it's cool to see him coming back here as well. You mentioned it. Ari's got a little extra hop in his step tonight as well.
He does. He's super excited to be back in the capital city.
The Albany Empire expansion team here in 2018, taking on the two-time defending champs, Arena Bowl champion Philadelphia Soul. High kick coming near corner. It's taken to the back wall. Poppy Lyles on his second attack gets chopped down in the end zone.
Terrence Moore on the tackle. Arguably the best jack linebacker in this league. He and Joe Gooseby, to me, are two of the best to ever do it.
Clint Dolezal mentioned 2 straight Arena Bowl titles, and obviously he's 2012 Hall of Fame inductee as the player. 6th season as the head coach in Philadelphia. In this year number 13 of this Philly franchise. 70-25 is Clint Dolezal's record as the head coach of the Soul.
That's pretty good.
Money Reynolds in motion, flipping near side. Darius Prince bouncing off the wall, but he was touched out by Terrence Moore. They like Darius Prince. He's a new face in that lineup.
He is. He had a breakout postseason game with 9 receptions in the semi last year. 9 receptions, 103 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
He gained 7 right there out to the 10.
He's a guy that's still learning the nuances of this offense. It's very intricate. You got spots on the field you need to be in, and you need to be exactly in that spot. Clint is very meticulous about this offense, and that's why it runs so well, because they all understand what they're trying to do.
Rodabaugh fires, caught, wide open Prince, crossing midfield, and finally taken down around the 16-yard line. And a player going into the Varmasoni goes over the top of the boards down there.
Nice zone beater. You got the post with the cross coming over. It's the old pig route. Watch the over route, but the pressure's closing in. They just can't get there soon enough. You've got to mix your coverages, and one thing Rob Keefe does is they will mix up a ton of coverages, and they tend to want to get stiff down by the red zone, which most defenses do, but they'll give up some yards. They want to get tough in the red zone.
Going caught, so nearly intercepted down there. An opportunity for Varmasoni, who the play before went into the front row and nearly picked that one off in the end zone.
This is a great job by Varmasoni. He sees the route. I don't know if it's some kind of lean in Prince's stem, but he jumps it and can't bring down the pick. Tell you what, he's only 5'8", 190, but this kid is extremely aggressive and strong.
First incompletion in the last 6 attempts for Ottawa. Fifth-year man from Northern Iowa, Varmasoni. So from the 15, Kalena Moku in high motion. Ottawa looking for the screen there. Richardson out of the backfield, but nothing doing.
Tell you what, you got that veteran defensive line in there. Smelled it out, and that's a good job just getting rid of the ball.
Hey guys, it's Sid. I think Philly's concerned about the pass rush early. I think that's why you saw that middle screen there. We've seen a lot of 3-steps. This Albany defense is juiced up here in the first quarter.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. Ari, these guys have played together. You look at Seether, Derek Summers, Cato Bishop, all being on the same team a year ago. And then you throw in Joe Sykes, 18.5 sacks the last time he played in this league.
End zone, nobody there. Was under siege. Speaking of that defense that Ari just mentioned with Sykes and Seether and Summers and Cato Bishop all over the quarterback that time.
And as a secondary player, you know you've got some guys who are going to get home. You can play a little bit deeper, especially in these longer yard situations. You can set a little bit deeper, knowing they're going to get home. And up front right now for the Empire, you need to watch the ball. Make sure you don't give up any free yards.
Hey guys, Joe Sykes is probably the best defensive pass rusher ever. Watch him on this play.
4th and 10, end zone, diving catch, touchdown, Philadelphia, Darius Prince.
I got to tell you, that's a great catch. Wow. And a great throw to stand in there after you've been bombed on the last few plays. He stands in, makes the throw. Varmasoni gets caught with his feet locked in the ground, not playing his man, eyes somewhere else. Prince cuts across his face. Beautiful throw and catch.
Trevino for the PAT. Prince has brought it in this opening quarter as Ottawa's top target. And Trevino knocks it through. 2 possessions, Philadelphia, 2 touchdowns for the 2-time defending champs. On a 4th down and 10 play, Ottawa gets some help from the diving Prince, 14-7. Six-play, 47-yard drive and 5:02. And Philadelphia has had it twice. They've scored 2 touchdowns. That one to Darius Prince, who we'll hear from momentarily. He's on special teams right here, and then he's going to join Ari on the bench. Trevino to kick it away. Philadelphia leading by 7. Colin Taylor off the net for Albany. Taylor hesitates and gets drilled into the wall inside the 5.
It's the first kick we've had hit the net. So we say the kickers may need a little bit of warm-up.
Larico Stevenson ushered him into the wall that time. And it's down to Ari.
All right, guys, here with the man of the moment. So last year you came in, made an instant impact. How is the game? Has it slowed down a little bit for you now?
Yeah, it slowed down a little bit with the leaders and the amazing coaches that we have on this team. I've been able to kind of come into my zone a little bit faster than most people would.
Take us through that last touchdown.
You know, we had a play that was called, I had man-to-man coverage, so on that Pacific route, I hit him with a double move, 1 step, and cut across his face, and cut it for a touchdown.
Well done.
Thank you, I appreciate it, man.
All right, guys.
4 catches, 53 yards in that touchdown.
I like how he said, I hit him with the double move, and then caught the touchdown. I hit him with the double move. See, Grady get rid of the ball there. Didn't like the coverage. And again, you'll see things, guys won't try to force it because most of the time on the field, you're in 4-down territory. Not a lot of field goals tried in this league. You will see a ton of 4th down plays.
Grady began 4-of-4. That was his first misfire. There, toots the end zone, puck foot fires it away into the 4th row. Brings up 3rd and 10. you know, one thing we haven't touched on, you know, this is a little bit of a transition time in the league as they, you know, there's a change. You've got new ownerships, obviously, with Leonsis owning, you know, Baltimore and Philly. Now you have this expansion team. Jaworski and Philadelphia is in a good spot. These are like all-star teams right now. Like the level of play is going to be outstanding in 2018.
Well, I'm sure everyone thought Washington was going to go into Baltimore and win last night.
Exactly.
And
they did.
Hibbert and Baltimore had other ideas. So, you know, there's 4 great QBs in this league, and to me, it's the best thing for the AFL. As you see, Tommy Grady gets tripped up there as he's going back. It brings up a 4th down.
And to your point, 61-56, there were no defensive stops last night.
No.
Not that that's good or bad, but it was really good offense that night. This drive.
Yeah, he gets tripped up on Wes Malia's foot as he's stepping up in the block. In my day, I used to cheat my fullback. I mean, so tight up in there, but you have to have space. It's against the rules to do that, but I would cheat my fullback in there so I didn't have to worry about it. On the other hand, I'm lefty, so I would turn the other direction. That's kind of embarrassing when that happens.
Yeah, it's not the best. And now a 4th and 10 coming up when we come back. End of the opening quarter. It has been electric inside the Times Union Center in Albany tonight. 14-7 as we head for the second. The Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network opening night here in Albany. Week number 1. Week 2 next week. The AFL action continues Saturday night, 7 Eastern, as the Seoul team returns to their home turf, and they welcome in the Baltimore Brigade only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. It's a 14-7 game as we start the second quarter. Sellout crowd in Albany tonight for the opener. And Philadelphia has won back-to-back Arena Bowl titles. Year number 31 of the Arena Football League.
Just touched on this a minute ago. You won't see many field goal attempts. 4th down play here.
4th and 10, Tommy Grady. Under pressure, launches, and nobody there. Intended for Colin Taylor, but he had broken off the route. And Philadelphia gets the first defensive stop of the season.
There's a little contact, but if you're Tommy, you got to throw it close in the vicinity. You might get that call. Grannis Bell played DB in this league. Understands he's going to let the guys play and be physical. They wanted a call. Colin ran into James Romaine here. So it was incidental contact. That's good coverage.
So 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Radabas 6 of 10, 72 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And here's an area where Clint likes to run the ball down in here and use his tight end as well as fullback.
Fullback is Richardson. They toss it to him. He bobbled it. He's in trouble and driven backwards. Richardson has had 2 touches on the ground, and both of them have lost 2 yards. Now, Arnie is with Coach Dolzell. Let's check in with Arnie.
All right, guys, let him tell Dan Rodable what the play is, and I'll get it from him. We'll see if it works. What do you got, Coach?
We got a stack formation, which SK scored on earlier. I've given him a choice route this time because they played outside leverage, which is kind of unusual, so he has a choice to go post or corner here.
All right, thanks, Coach.
We'll watch the motion man on the choice route. You'll have a wait and a sit down with the other 2 routes. One on the wall outside and one inside.
Kalinamoku in motion. They go that way, and it's
missed him.
Over the top of the wall. Didn't put enough touch on that one.
That's an easy one. All you had to do is punch out and put it up early. Took too long to look at it. But that's a great decision and a quick, decisive move from SK. He's got to be rewarded with a touchdown there.
Well, we had a touchdown. We got bunch this time. We got the Z's coming inside, which is SK. We're running a fin route, so we got a corner, a little whip right back inside, and then we got a go across right here.
Let me just say, I'm glad I'm not Dan Rodable. I'm real happy with him after that play.
What were the words that were used? Can you say those? Kalinamoku in motion. Rodable bobbled the snap. Got it. Corner again.
That's offensive pass interference.
It is pass interference.
That's going to be offensive.
Varmasoni was in coverage.
That's going to be offensive.
With Money Reynolds. And they got tangled up. in that corner. You got it.
Number 13, Ken Leffel, right on the call. That's my dude. That's okay.
Offensive pass interference. That penalty is declined. Third down.
You don't want to give him an extra. Fourth down.
Fourth down.
All right, fans.
You don't want to give him an extra down by accepting that penalty. So now fourth down. Your defense can bail you out after you got shut down on the field. That's a great call. And a good job by Dennis Reynolds to take that penalty.
All right, Ari. Okay, Ari.
Again, they're looking for SK here in the back of the end zone. He really likes SK here in the red zone, but don't ever forget about 7. Darius Reynolds is the man in the red zone. Here we go.
You got it. 4th and goal. Rodabah behind Kainamoku. And the umpire counters with their first defensive stop of the game. On 4th and goal, Hobbs and company, they step up in a 14-7 game. Welcome back. They gave Rodabah the offensive ball at the 5 of Albany, and they missed a surefire touchdown at first down. Albany gets their first defensive stop, and the Empire back on offense from their own 6. And a missed opportunity for Rodabah. Motion man Colin Taylor. Tommy Grady only 3 of 9 now, and just about threw a pick 6 to Torres Jones.
Try to run the short storm, and he doesn't find, as you see the secondary player from the Soul doing push-ups for dropping that interception.
Everybody has to do it.
That's just what they do.
Ari?
Hey, guys, Sid, I really noticed. And there he was late.
Yeah, he was extremely late. They tried to throw the short storm. Sorry about the connection issues there, but
out of the backfield, pass caught, good yardage, out of the first down marker, Wes Mawia. You know, you have known Ari so long that even when he's breaking up and every other 5th word goes on the air, you know exactly what he's saying.
I know how he thinks. And he thinks, for a guy that didn't play football, he has a great football mind. He understands what's going on out here.
Absolutely, and he's been around this league for a long, long time. 14-7, early stages, second quarter. 11-yard pickup from Mawia out of the backfield. And a first down for the Empire. And Tommy Grady launches, got a man pass interference. Dragged down by the defender. Dwayne Hollis going to get called for PI.
It's a good call. Obviously, and
pass interference, number 22, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And Riley Johnson gets the easiest call of the night. But listen, if you're a defender, you want to give up 8, or do you want to give 8 yards, or do you want to give up 7 points?
Exactly.
I'm going to tackle him as well. That's a great job.
Hey guys, Albany coaches are saying that was intentional, that the ball should be at the spot of the foul, because he tackled him.
He did tackle him. I mean, he was beaten, and you're taught to do that. Don't give up the touchdown. But viewer discretion, Ari.
Under the first down into Philly territory. Craig Carr the catch, blocking out front, and he gets cut down around the 17-yard line. And a little dust up afterwards.
And the other thing Ari touched on earlier about not having a lot of time with his receivers, talking about the big fella Tommy Grady, but you also got Chris Thompson, who this is his first year in the AFL calling plays. There is a learning curve. Every indoor league is not alike. They're all different. It's his first year calling plays, so he's still learning what he's got and how his guys do things. So if they can continue to improve and get better on the season, it'll be good for them.
Colin Taylor in motion, 2nd down 4, and they blow it dead.
By the high motion man, number 11, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So that was Taylor. Off too soon, 10-yard penalty as they back it up. You know, Taylor's 6'1". But you got Greg Carr out there at 6'5". Doug McNeil is 6'3", and Malachi Jones, who hasn't had a touch yet, he's also 6'3".
I'm trying to think. I played with one guy that was over 6'2", or 6'3", and that was Marvin Bagley the second, who his son is now the third.
I did not know
that.
that.
Played, 6'6", wide receiver.
That's
it
awesome.
was awesome. It was fun playing with a guy that tall.
Taylor in motion this time. He held up in time. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Tommy Grady for Colin Taylor. 27-yard strike.
That's all the offensive line. Perkowski, Cave, Hicks, along with Mawia. Watch how much time they give him. This is a double move. And he's able to set, and deliver. Colin Taylor, with the double move at the top of that route, is able to freeze James Romaine and get the score.
Kenny Spencer, 7th year out of Northern Alabama, is able to tie the game to 14. 8:33 first half. Tommy Grady rifles it for the touchdown at Taylor. We are deadlocked in the second. Tied at 14 in the second. Albany scores on a 4-play, 44-yard drive that took 3:05. 27-yard strike from Tommy Grady for Colin Taylor. Poppy Livers from the wall. Livers busted at the 5 as he falls forward to the 7. Good coverage by the umpire, and Tommy Grady is with Ari.
Tommy, you've only been up here for a few weeks. What's it like being the quarterback in this atmosphere as your first game with the Empire?
It's been awesome so far. I got here last week, and the challenge really accepted me, and we're trying our best to get a win for them. It's home opener for us.
Now, it's tough. You haven't had a lot of time with the receivers. How's the progression coming of getting the timing down?
It's coming. It's going to take some time. I got a couple veteran receivers that know the game, so I'm trying to stick with them as long as possible. But it's coming along, and it's going to get better as the season goes.
Great to have you back.
I want to say hi to my wife, Lexi, and my daughter, Olivia, too.
Well done. All right, guys.
Awesome. And that was, he talked about getting to be with his family last year. It was kind of a blessing in disguise to take that season, to take that year.
It was, and I think he had such a great deal down there in Florida where he was, around his family all the time, but the love to want to compete and come out here to this franchise that was going to start anew and build something, and he knew it was going to be big. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is an incredible opportunity. And you know what? If this guy is healthy and plays the way he's capable of playing, they'll be right in the thick of it at the end.
Tied at 14 from the 10. Rodabah, second down, over the middle. And Darius Prince out to the 21. Gain of 11 and move the sticks on a first down. Clock winds under 7 minutes here in the second quarter. Opening night in Albany.
I like what Prince does with the ball in his hands. He's elusive. He's got good, sure hands, as we saw earlier with the diving catch. Only going to get better as he continues to grasp this offense.
Darius Reynolds in motion. Rodabah launches. Contact. There's the penalty flag as Sony got tangled up with Darius Reynolds.
Listen, that's one Dan needs to bring that to the check down.
Defensive pass interference, number 10. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I mean, why are we getting so many calls? Don't they know Riley's dealing with a cold situation here?
Exactly.
It sounds like he's hurting Riley Johnson, but there's a little contact. Dan needs to check that ball down on the short side of the field to a safety valve. Mario Norman was deep, ready to intercept that pass. He's got to make sure he keeps good eye discipline and find all those DBs back there.
You impressed with the defensive front so far?
Before we even got to the game, I was impressed with it. I mean, it's without question.
Joe Sykes, he's massive. Fire caught in a big collision. Nobody touched him, rolling into the end zone. That's a touchdown for Darius Prince in Philadelphia. And a defender down. The two defenders collided going over the top of the receiver, and Arthur Hobbs is shaken up for the umpire.
I'll tell you what, if it stands, it'll be a 19-yard touchdown, but it looked like he dove underneath the two secondary players, and there was no contact made.
Said this Darius Prince has been electrifying.
I mean, this is a big shot.
Boy, this is a scary looking.
It is from the backside. The backside help corner comes over.
You get Arthur Hobbs slow to get up as he connected with Varmasoni.
And there might have been a leg touch.
And here comes the red challenge flag from the sideline of the umpire. Rob Keefe tosses it out there. The ruling on the field is touchdown. That neither defender, as they collided with each other, was able to get a touchdown. Was able to push Prince down to the turf, and he got back up and rolled into the end zone.
We'll get a look exactly what Riley Johnson's looking at here.
It's Arena Football's call to the booth. Riley Johnson will throw the headset on and get with our monitor and talk to the guys in our truck, led by our producer, Josh Littlejohn.
All right, replay booth. What I'm looking for, the challenge from Albany was that the runner was down by contact after making the catch. So if you've got any video, I can take a look at. All right, roll the video. All right, we've got a snap. Go ahead and run the video, please. All right, I'm not getting anything. All right, there's the pass. All right, got a catch. Anything else? Anything else? You got another view? All right, he got a view on the sideline. I want to see if his foot was touched. All right, if he is not contacted after going to the ground or in progress of going to the ground, then the play will stand. All right, run it to side. Okay. All right, go ahead. Can you run that play from the sideline you were about to run? Because I have nothing to overturn the ruling right now. All right, here we go. Here's a sideline view. This will see if his foot is contacted. Looks like it. Can you back it up? Can you rock it? Can you rock it right when he makes the catch? Looks like he touched him with his foot. It looks like his foot. Yeah, he touched it. All right. Okay, we've got 9-yard line. All right, we're gonna. Yeah. He's touched him right there with his right leg. Yeah, his right leg touched him. So what we're going to do is overturn the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact. It'll be first and goal. First and goal at the 9-yard line. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Josh. Excellent work upstairs.
All right, so they're going to overturn that. It sounded for a minute like they were going to let it stand, but they will overturn it and the ball will be down to the 9-yard line.
After review, it was a completed catch. However, he was down by contact at the 9-yard line. Albany will not be charged a timeout because of successful challenge. It'll be first and goal at the 9-yard line.
So it's a gain of 10 yards instead of a touchdown.
That's a good.
I was just privy to you'd never seen an NFL game. Dan Rodebaugh came over to talk to Tommy Grady about the play. And they were discussing what the ruling would be. Two guys who clearly have a lot of respect for each other. It's great to see those intimate moments down here on the field.
That's outstanding. Absolutely. And I think that call could have gone either way, but in the end, they got it right.
They got it right in the end.
Kaleda Moku in motion. First and goal from the 9, Philadelphia. Tied at 14, caught. And taken down to the 5-yard line is Prince once again.
Again, he missed SK on a corner route, wide open. He has him open in the back of the end zone, doesn't go to him. Brandon Stevens comes in the ball game, and this is an area where they love having him in the game with his physicality. down on the field. He comes in for Arthur Hobbs, and we'll keep an eye out for that. Have Ari check in on Arthur Hobbs for us.
Second down and goal just inside the 5. Reynolds in motion. Rodabaugh hands it off. Richardson pounding his way through the middle. And not much there, if anything. Cato Bishop.
Cato Bishop is having none of it. Tell you what, he's set the edge. He's done an outstanding job. Set the edge twice when Philly tried to run the sweep to the outside. He's able to force the back inside. And then there you see him stuff the dive. And he's just a wily veteran.
No gain. Third down goal. Kalenomoku in motion. Rodabaugh looking this way. Corner. Touchdown.
No, Brandon Stevens knocks it out.
Stevens able to knock it out of the hands of Kalenomoku.
And again, as much timing, as much great timing as Rodabaugh has, he's a little late on this throw as well. He goes to the corner. It's there. SK has to wait for it, which allows Brandon to get back in the play, and he continues through and knocks it out of his hands. That's a great job of finishing the play by Brandon Stevens. See, he's late. He's already in the corner, and watch Stevens come in and finish it out.
Fourth and goal.
That's a great job, not just giving up on the play.
From the 4-yard line, Kalenomoku in motion. Rodabaugh flings it. Prince dives over the top for the Philadelphia touchdown. Wow. This guy has been electrifying tonight.
And this is just basically a screenplay. Your two other receivers running in front, setting the zone, but Dan puts it right on his face where he can catch and move with the ball. This is a great throw and catch. Look at the timing on this. He pops right up, gives it to him. That's the corner route that he missed a second ago. And then you get to play again. But I tell you what, the throw on that next play, on the touchdown, was right on the eyeballs where Prince is able to catch and leap over the top.
Trevino PAT.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the prettier things you'll see. And another conversion for the world champs. Look at this execution and the vertical over the top. Philly back in the lead.
(21-14), 2:20 in the second. Philadelphia goes back on top. Darius Prince with his second touchdown of this first half. And Trevino to send it away for the Soul. And the onside kick, busted loose, still free. Greg Carr is on top of it for the Empire. And I'll tell you,
it's so crazy that Ari Wolf and I just had this conversation, this exact conversation of was it the time to onside kick. We literally just had that conversation, and Clint does Clint. And listen, if you get it, you get it. If not, you force them to try to score inside the red zone, and you know you're going to receive the ball again.
Ari, do you want to add to that? Because you did call this.
It seemed like the right time and play, because even if Albany scores here, Philly's be able to control the clock at the end of the half. Smart decision, just didn't work out.
A smart call by Ari down to the sideline. Grady in trouble, fires back to the end zone. Greg Carr recovers the onside kick and then brings in the touchdown of the back wall.
I tell you what, Greg Carr is one of the more talented guys with his size and ability to run. I thought he was underused last year in the system in Washington. Underused, he's a big target. Runs good routes, plays physical, but watch him fight through it. Use the back wall with a little help there. And if you're James Romaine, you got to go back to your old school basketball habits. Far hand reach. You got to reach in there with that left hand.
Remember when I said standing room only? Look at that. Look at all those fans lined up about 4 deep beyond that wall, and they got a close-up look at Greg Carr's touchdown.
Well, now you've opened the door right up for Albany to onside as well to ensure themselves a chance to get the ball back and close the half out.
And now Kenny Spencer to tack on the PAT. Drills it, 21 all. Grady 7 of 13, 93 yards and 3 touchdowns, including to Greg Carr moments ago at the 1-minute warning in Albany. Arena football on CBS Sports Network opening night. 21 all, Philly and Albany. Packed house inside the Times Union Center in downtown Albany is Kenny Spencer, onside kick, and it's up against the wall, and they will blow it dead. 21-21, minute to play, first half.
Welcome back to Albany. Great game so far. Deadlocked at 21 here with Greg Carr, who's getting some love from Clint Dosdell. First of all, how much fun is this being here on opening night with the return of Arena to Albany?
This is amazing. I mean, the crowd turnout, the way the game's going right now, it's exciting. Just want to give the fans something and let them know that we appreciate them coming out showing support like this.
And how's it coming with Tommy Grady getting the timing down?
It's coming good. I mean, anytime you get a chance to play with a great quarterback like Tommy Grady, you want to go out and make plays for him. So everything's been going well, but we feel like that chemistry can get better and better week by week.
Okay, thank you. Good luck out there.
Mom, get better soon. I love you.
All right, a little bit of love there for Mom, and back to a guy I like a lot. How about you, Brent?
No doubt about it. Good stuff from Carr. Philly almost had a touchdown there.
Penalty is half the distance. Automatic first down.
Looking for Prince in the end zone. Pass interference on Arthur Hobbs.
But missed opportunities. You know, that's another play. Prince has made some great catches. He has that ball in his hands. He's not able to finish the catch. You got to finish plays.
And it is good to see Hobbs back out there. Ari had reported us that it was helmet to helmet with he and his fellow defender Farmasoni, but he did tell Ari moments ago he would return it. Sure enough, Arthur Hobbs, number 24, is back in the Albany secondary. Motion man, money lines. First and goal from the 5. Rodapah floats it out. Tripped at the line was Reynolds, and no penalty call.
No, there was no feet tangle. That was self-inflicted, Ari, which you don't see with money. Right now, he's having a hard time getting into the flow of this thing. But watch him at the line, and he just kind of stumbles, gets off balance, gets a little top-heavy. Absolutely.
The field, even when they're scoring, he doesn't have that look in his eye, that killer instinct. They got to get Reynolds involved.
Absolutely. Played with several guys like that. You knew you had to get them going early. They just haven't been able to get the flow with it.
Second goal again, floats it up. Hauled in.
They're going to get Terrence Moore being outside of the box.
Penalty on Terrence Moore. It was an incomplete pass thrown into double coverage.
Illegal defense, jack out of the box, number 8. Penalty is half the distance, and an automatic first down.
8th-year man from Troy, 6'2", 225. Terrence Moore flagged that time.
And here's the thing, you could leave as soon as the ball's thrown, but the ball's in the air, he's already running to a spot. Couldn't see the other end of that. Tell you what, this is a solid crew out there right now, the officials. You can get 6 yards deep, lateral across the field, but you cannot take off until that ball is released.
Reynolds in motion, first and goal from the 4. Rodapah handoff, Richardson, and again, they stand him up with the defensive front of the Empire.
Cato Bishop has been a one-man wrecking crew. I'll tell you what, he did the same thing last year, dealt with some injuries. This is a front that 4 of the 5 guys played together last year. And then you throw in a guy like Willie McGinnis. That's your backup. Are you kidding me right now? That's a guy coming off the bench. I mean, this is a solid front.
Sykes, Scyther, Cato Bishop, Summers, McInnes, and Terrence Moore at the jack. I mean, and in that secondary, you know, veterans. Stevens, Sony. Hobbs only third year. Mario Norman seventh. I mean, that's you were talking about earlier. These are. It's going to be so much parity this year.
Right, absolutely. Hobbs in just 5 games last year dealt with some injuries in Tampa, but was 4th on the team, on the Tampa team in tackles. Did an outstanding job. Had 12 breakups. He's a young player that continues to get better. And Norman, KG veteran out front. I mean, this is a very solid defense all around, and as you heard Greg Carr talk about it, the more these guys play together, the better it's going to be week in and week out.
Second down call, 44 seconds first half. Helena Moku in motion. Over the top, incomplete. Penalty marker down. It was intended for Money Reynolds. And Sony again going to get whistled.
Defensive pass interference, number 24, half the distance to the goal,
Hobbs.
and an automatic first down.
It was Hobbs instead, half the distance, and an automatic first down.
This is a tough one. You see right there, he gets out of position, and there he grabs the right arm. That's a good call. Impedes the progress. He overruns it.
Hey, Sid, I think about maybe running a play and not scoring here. I mean, there's still 40 seconds to go. Force them to use their second timeout. Take a little time off the clock.
Absolutely, but they haven't been able to do anything on the ground, which is okay. And there it is.
Richardson just goes down.
Hey, guys, he went down on purpose. I mean, they wanted to force him to use that second timeout.
So now, and that's a good call, Ari, the umpire now with just, they've got 2 timeouts. They burned the one, but they're going to have to, they call one here. So they are down now to 1 timeout.
And you might see that again to get them to burn that next timeout. I don't think Philly will try to score here. They want to leave as little time as possible.
Sid, they can do whatever they want here, right? They control everything. I mean, they get them to use that 3rd timeout, then they can mess around because it's only 2nd down. So if Philly plays this smart, Albany doesn't touch the football again.
And if they do, it'll be very, very, very minimal time left on the clock.
But don't you want to give yourself 2 plays on this thing? 3rd and 4th down, where you're actually trying to score.
It's second right now.
Second right now.
They'll be fine.
One more time.
And maybe you go all for one, because I tell you what, when you've got a guy like Money Reynolds who's struggling a little bit, you can isolate him and try to get him focused and mentally ready to go and take that one-play shot.
All right, 1 time left for the umpire. Second goal, 37 seconds. And again, Richardson falls forward, but he's into the end zone. It's a touchdown, Philadelphia and Richardson.
And guys, Rob keeps clapping because he's happy because there's still 33.7 seconds. I'm very surprised they scored with that much time.
Well, I think he went to fall down and everybody in front of him moved. Like the defensive line watch the front just kind of get out of the way, and nobody's really trying to bring him down.
So he was trying to go down, and they were trying to let him in?
They were trying to let him just look. Everyone's just kind of...
Hey, guys, I just asked Clint. He said, no, he was not supposed to score there, but he's like, what can you do? The line fell forward.
That's a no-no. It wasn't look like he was trying to plow anywhere. He just kind of fell forward, and the whole thing moved.
But you know how emotional Clint is. He was only slightly annoyed. He wasn't angry.
He wasn't extremely annoyed, just slightly. Well, that's that competitive nature.
Extra point good, Trevino, 28-21. So, again, Philly scores a touchdown. So there is a positive somewhere in here that you put points on the board, but there are 33.7 remaining for Albany.
See, now what Philly's done now is they've given the ball back to Albany with a timeout left, and Albany gets the ball to start the second half. So this could be a 14-point swing if Albany can go down and put some points up here. This is costly error. Could be a costly error.
This is where the AFL separates itself.
It does.
I mean, it is all about an absolute chess match inside these final minutes of halves where you can have just back and forth, touchdown, touchdown. You're going back and forth over the course of 1 minute of game time.
And Sid, I want to chime in here, guys. This would be key watching Tommy Grady run the offense with a little bit of time. Because, again, he's only been up here for a couple of weeks. He hasn't had that much time to run this offense, to work with these guys. So we're going to learn a lot about where this offense is on this next drive.
Well, I think that's a great call, Ari, but I think in this situation, it could be a little easier for him because maybe you just go with numbers for the guys and simplify. You know, give me 4-4-4, 4-8-4, just something like that where it's simple for him to go out and execute it. But I'm sure they've worked on the 1-minute drill.
Because you know, for a bunch of the years Tommy was in the league, he called his own plays. So how they're doing things now, I haven't found out what their formula is, but we'll see how Tommy handles it.
Well, if it's me, I'm going to let him do his thing in the 1-minute drill.
Trevino sends it deep. Colin Taylor is back, takes it off the net. Here comes Taylor out of the end zone. And he gets cut down from behind the ankle tackle on special teams. And what a job that time by Aaron Washa, the rookie wide receiver.
And we still haven't seen him play any receiver yet.
I'm excited to see it. Pretty good size at 6'3", 205.
I've seen some of his highlights. He's pretty good.
So, you know, to Ari's point, now 30.9, and you've got 48 yards to go for Tommy Grady.
That's a lifetime, man. That's plenty of time.
But he just got here 10 days. This is a good opportunity early on in the season. He just got here 10 days ago.
He did. But the thing is, he understands what he needs to do and what he wants to do.
Grady 7 of 13, 93 yards and 3 touchdowns. From the middle of his end zone, lost it far, boards caught. And over the wall, Greg Carr with 26.9 and a first down.
And you don't need to burn your TL. You got a nice bench right out there from Carr, and that's one thing I never understood why the guy wasn't utilized in certain ways like a year ago. I really respect his game, and his size is one of those things that takes him to a different level. He's a good route runner. He can run past you. He can run routes.
Gain of 12. Here's Taylor in motion. Tommy Grady fires near side, caught. Again, it's Carr giving himself up at the 17. A gain of about 4 with 23.5. And again, 1 timeout remaining for the umpire. Philadelphia has all 3.
Plenty of time to be patient here. Because what you don't want to do, Philly still has all 3 timeouts left. You want to leave 0 on the clock and score.
Motion man is McNeil. Doug McNeil. Instead they go far side. Intercepted. Torres Jones down the sideline to the 6-yard line. A big-time takeaway by Torres Jones in the closing seconds of the first half.
I'm not throwing anything I'm not comfortable with in these kind of situations. And this right here, Tommy looks a little uncomfortable. He settles back, waits, and then he tries to throw it outside. But Torres Jones didn't get in the back pedal. He sat there the entire time. He tries to go to the hitch route or the stop route late, and Jones jumps it. And one thing this team has done over the course of the last few years, and I'm talking about Philadelphia.
Guys, they're looking for SK here. He's the #1 target.
This team had 21 INTs last year. You can't be careless with the football.
SK in motion, looking his way. Instead over the top, and too strong that time, intended for Reynolds at the back wall. And now 12 seconds on the clock.
And said Clint wants a piece of Ronaball right now. He wanted him to throw it on time. They had SK in the corner.
What are you seeing from Ronaball?
He's just not comfortable with that throw right now, Ari. I haven't seen him put it up there on time.
Hey, guys, they're going to that screenplay they scored on earlier.
With Prince, okay.
So you're going to watch a double edge out in front. So watch the blocking man in front on the line of scrimmage along with the motion man coming around.
Prince, #6, lined up behind Reynolds. Takes the catch and takes it into the end zone. Perfectly executed again for Darius Prince. Another touchdown for him. And Philadelphia extends the lead.
There's really nothing you could do about that unless you come up and press the point man. But see, too much space. And having been beaten by that play already, you can't give that much space. And you're too soft, you're in no man's land. You got 1 at 3, 1 at 4, 1 at 5. But Prince is putting people on notice.
He's got 9 catches for 88 yards and now 3 touchdowns. 6-yard strike that time from Rodabo. Trevino, he's been money. 35-21 with 7.9. So Philly scored, and we all felt like it was too early with 33 seconds, but then they get the interception from Jones and punch it in with 7.9. So no matter how you slice it, it worked out pretty nice to close out the half.
It worked out really nice for Philly, not so much for Albany. And again, if I'm Tommy and I get in situations where I'm not comfortable with something, I'm going to give a suggestion. He's called his own plays for a few years in this league. He understands what he wants to do. I'm going to give a suggestion and say, no, hold on. This is what I'm more comfortable with. I'm doing this.
All right, coming up at halftime, it's going to be fun, is Eddie and Antonio Brown. Highlights of their great careers. Obviously, Antonio, one of the best currently in the NFL wide receivers. In touchdown, Eddie Brown, perhaps the best ever to play in the Arena Football League, is going to be honored. They're going to re-raise the banner from that 1999 Arena Bowl title. I mean, it's going to be a cool halftime, and we're here to cover it coming up as soon as we get there.
And guys, the first question I'm going to ask Eddie is, who's got the better set of hands, Eddie or Antonio?
I'm gonna argue on that one for Eddie. I don't know.
How about the speed of Antonio, though?
And nobody's talking speed.
Yeah, nobody's talking. We're talking hands. We're talking hands.
Sends it deep.
We played them that 99 season in the semifinals. That was my only game of the year that year. They had 11 possessions. They scored 11 touchdowns. 11 touchdowns. And we scored 60, thought we were doing something. They scored 11 touchdowns on us.
That Varmasoni, nothing there. So they will start deep in their own territory with 7.9. What are we looking for from Tommy Grady with 7.9 here?
I might throw a screen, try to maybe a slow screen, get everybody out, get the linemen, get everybody out, and turn it into like a kick return. Maybe get it in one of the hands of my big playmakers outside. But by no means will I drop back and try to throw something down the field out of the red zone here. You're going to have a soft coverage by the secondary. See, they're already back 7, 8, 9 yards. I might motion around and throw a screen out to one of my receivers.
Carr has 5 catches, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taylor in motion, firing far side. Greg Carr puts it over the wall just shy of the 10 with 4 seconds remaining. Entertaining first half here at Albany. 35-21 the Soul. They've got a 2-touchdown advantage with a flurry in the final minute of this half.
I tell you, just one mistake by Tommy and some of that inexperience with his play caller and with his receivers showed up at the wrong time. There's still plenty of time left in this ball game.
Grady's got Carr, wide open space, but that's going to close out the half, and he'll be wrapped up at the Philadelphia 23. And that's how the first half ends, with Philadelphia doing what they've done the last couple of seasons. 35-21, pretty good in the opener on both sides of the football as we check in with Ari and Clint Dolezal.
All right, Coach. In this incredible atmosphere, kind of like the old days. Place is packed. How'd you feel like your team handled the first half?
We had some rough spots in there, and it was more on us. I thought the defense played better. We need some more pass rush. He's standing back for too long. Thought Dan was a little off on some of his reads and missed a few throws, but all in all, not bad. We got a bunch of young guys out there, too.
Quiet first half for Darius Reynolds, but how about Darius Prince? Boy, he's out there playing like a veteran.
And that's what we're hoping for. There's some unknowns out there. Yes, he was MVP of the Arena Bowl last year. We only caught a couple passes and only did a few things, so he's got a lot to improve this year for us.
Nice first half.
Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, guys.
Ari, thanks. 35-21 at halftime. From here in Albany, downtown of the Times Union Center, Arena Football is back in the capital city. They're down by a couple of touchdowns. You're watching the Arena Football League 2018 here on CBS Sports Network.